Hello, my dear friends. A very warm welcome to Raman Tutorial for English. My dear friends, this is Ramakant from Tumkur. Dear friends, in this video, we are going to discuss one of the most important topics for all types of competitive exams, that is if clauses. My dear friends, if clauses are also known as conditional clauses. Dear friends, in this video, we are going to discuss in detail about error spotting exercises and solutions of previous papers related to if clauses, my dear friends. So, my dear friends, before learning about if clauses in detail, let us go and learn what are if clauses or what are conditional clauses. See, my dear friends, conditional clauses are conditional clauses has a conditional clause has two clauses. One is if clause, other one is main clause. Main clause is also called as result clause. One is conditional clause, other one is main clause or result clause. See, every if clause is a what you can call if clause is a complex sentence. So you might have learnt about simple sentence, complex sentence and compound sentences. So here if clause comes under complex sentences, my dear friends. See, my dear friends, so the if clause states the condition, the main clause states the result. As I already told you, a complex sentence has two clauses generally, especially here if clause, other one is the main clause. If clause we can call it as dependent clause, main clause we can call it as independent clause or dependent clause or whatever it may be. So if is here, so if is a coordinating conjunction. So with the help of coordinating conjunctions, so we can subordinate conjunction. If is a subordinate conjunction. With the help of subordinate conjunction, so we can combine two sentences into a complex sentence. So about this we are going to learn in detail a little bit later, my dear friends. So especially in English we have four types of if clauses. How many kinds of if clauses we have? We have four kinds of if clauses. So one is zero conditional clause, second one is condition number one, second condition and third condition. About these four conditional clauses we are going to discuss in detail, my dear friends. So first and foremost, let us go and discuss what is a zero conditional clause. What is a zero conditional clause? A zero conditional clause or type 0 clause we can call. So let us see what it states. A zero conditional clause, the zero conditional clause describes facts that are always true, or true facts it describes, or scientific facts. It describes the facts, general facts, at the same time the facts that are generally true, at the same time scientific facts. So in such conditions we use if clause, my dear friends. If has the same meaning as when or whenever. That means with this meaning, so if here in the zero conditional clause, if means when or whenever. About this we are going to learn through examples, my dear friends. See, so what is the form of if clause? We use the present simple tense or simple present tense in both the main clause and the if clause. That means conditional clause generally has two clauses. One is main clause, other one is if clause. Okay, so in these two clauses, what do we have? So simple present tense only we have. So let us go and learn through the formulas. See, here we have two formulas, my dear friends. So two clauses. One is if clause or else subordinate clause or else dependent clause. Okay, so this is a dependent clause. So this is the principal clause or main clause or independent clause we can say. So for example, see here. So the formula of if clause is, so if word should be there, then subject, then V1, then object or complement at the same time. This is one clause. This is the dependent clause, and so here main clause also subject, V1, and then object or complement. Even this can be used for imperative sentences, my dear friends. See, regarding regarding complex sentences, so there is a possibility. So you can use the main clause in the beginning, or you can send this what I can call if clause at the later position. So there will be the meaning will be remain unchanged, my dear friends. For example, you can say you get wet if you stand in the rain, or else if you stand in the rain you get wet. Both are possible. Okay, so when you use if you stand in the rain, there it is needed to put a comma, then you get wet. So if you use you get wet if you stand in the rain, so then there is no need of putting any comma. So when you use main clause in the beginning, no need to use any comma. If you use subordinate clause in the beginning, there you must use a comma. This is the difference. That means what I told here, so if clause can be used in the beginning or at the end. Okay, so that means a subordinate, you can call it a simple in complex sentences. A subordinate clause can be used in the beginning or can be used in the end, my dear friends. See, let us go and learn some more examples of zero conditional clause. See here, zero conditional clause. Here also V1 should be there. Here also V1 should be there. Two clauses. In two clauses there must be V1 should be there. See here. So what is the first example says? If you stand in the rain. If you stand in the rain, you get wet. That means this is a condition, this is the result. So that's why this is a conditional clause. What is the condition? Condition says if you stand in the rain, there is a condition. What is the result of it? You get wet. So like this, another example, if you heat ice, so this is a general truth, universally truth. Wherever, throughout the world, wherever you go and stand in the rain, you get wet. That's why this is the general truth. Okay, so whenever you come across general truths, so this formula or zero conditional should be used, my dear friends. At the same time, another scientific truth, scientific facts. If you heat ice, what is the result of it? It melts. So here also V1, here also V1, my dear friends. That's why this is the zero condition or real condition we can say. That means, so the reality is there. So let us go and learn with the other example. See, I already told you. So if means when or whenever. See, whenever you heat ice, it melts. When you heat ice, it melts. That means in zero condition, if means when. About this we have already discussed, my dear friends. So like that, see with the other examples. If I go to yoga class, I get up at 6 o'clock. If I go to yoga class, I get up at 6 o'clock. Whenever I go to yoga class, I get up at 6 o'clock. So like this. Imperative sentences also. If it rains, do not open the door. If it rains, do not open the door. We should not say, if it rains, you will not open the door. We should not say it. That doesn't seem good. So that's why here, so zero conditional clause should be used. So in imperative sentences and general truths and scientific facts, my dear friends. So let us go and learn about what you can call another clause. So that is first conditional clause. See here, this is the first conditional clause, that is the zero conditional clause, or this is the type 1 or first conditional clause. So what is the first conditional clause? About this we are going to learn. The first conditional sentences are used to talk about the possible situations. So they are talk about the possible situations that can really happen at present or future time. So these are totally different from zero conditions. Here possible situations that can really happen at present time or in future time. So that's why these are all called first conditional clauses. See, so what is the condition? See here also the formula of first conditional clause, if clause plus main clause. If clause plus main clause should be there. So in if clause plus main clause, the formula if plus subject plus V1 should be there. Again object or complement should be there. So likewise subject plus modal plus V1 plus object or complement is the main clause. That means in this formula should be there. So my dear friends, so let us go on. Generally will should be used, can. So like this, sometimes can, may, might can be used. So based on the situations, models can be used here, my dear friends. So see here, if it rains, we will cancel the match. Here this is the condition. So what this definition tells? So possible situations that can really happen at present or future. So it may happen at present or future. If it rains in future, we will cancel the what you can call match. So this is the condition, this is the result. Possible situations in future, then we are going to talk about, so then we are going to use first conditional clause. So like that second example, if she studies hard, see V1 of the what you can call V1 form of the verb is here, subject also is here, if is also here, again object, so here complement is there. So at the same time this is what I can call if clause or conditional clause. So this is main clause. She will pass the exam. She will pass the exam, it can give you an independent meaning. But if she studies hard, then what? So this sentence demands for the other information. It depends on the main clause. That's why this is a subordinate clause or dependent clause we can call, my dear friends. See here in first condition, what you must understand. So here verb should be in V1, at the same time here will plus V1, modal plus V1 should be there. If you keep these things, so this is okay, my dear friends. So especially it is used possible things. A condition is there, in that condition, so that work might be possible in present or in future. In such conditions we use these clauses, my dear friends. So like this, if I come early, I will take you the class. This is also, there is a chance of possibility. Probability is more. There is a chance either in present or in future. So like this, if we come to the railway station on time, we can catch the train, or we will catch the train can be used, my dear friends. So like this, second clause. Second conditional clause, let us see what it says. In the second conditional sentences, we talk about situations that will probably never happen at present time or in future time. See, the probability is no, not at all. Any situation can happen, cannot be happened in present or in future. That's why this is called it as hypothetical situations, unreal situations, unlikely situations. So that's why these are all. So in the second clause, we can call it as hypothetical conditional clause or unreal conditional clause, we can say. So here we are going to talk about unreal conditions. Already so time has gone beyond our hand, so beyond our situations. That's why we cannot do anything. In such conditions we can use what you can call this type of clause. Here what is the word order, and then what is the formation of the if clause? Let us go and see. Here also if clause plus main clause is the conditional clause. So here if clause, then subject should be there, then V2 form of the verb should be there. See, my dear friends, apart from this object and complement. So here if V2 is here, there must be would plus V1. Would plus V1 should be there, my dear friends. See, if I won the lottery, I would buy a car. Of course, here what it says, the condition, I had not won the lottery. Again the condition is never, so there is no probability of what you can call completing that action. So we cannot complete that action. I would buy a car. So that's why this definition only tells never happen at present. This cannot be happened in present or in future. If I won the lottery, I would buy a car. So like such examples, if he spoke fluently in English, you would get the job at the interview. Sorry, at the somewhere. So this is what. So then he did not speak fluently in English. So that's why he did not get the job. So the situations, there is no happening. There is no possibility of getting the job here because he has already attended the interview. He failed in the interview. This sentence shows, my dear friends, like this. So if I had more time, I would help you. Then I did not have any time, so I did not help you. This shows, my dear friends. So like this, if you attended the meeting, you would tell about it. If you attended that meeting, you would tell about this. This is also such condition. So next, one more important category, see here. If I were the Prime Minister of India. See here, were should be used here. If I was, we should not use. While we are talking about hypothetical conditions, so here if it is I also, singular I also, you must use were. If you were, if he were the Prime Minister of India, if she were the Prime Minister of India, if it were should be used, should not use if it was. So that is the one important thing you must remember. I would, so see what it says, if I were the Prime Minister of India, I would make India the #1 country in the world. So this is, I did not become the Prime Minister of India. I did not make my India as the number one country. In such conditions, we use this hypothetical conditions, my dear friends. So let us go and discuss about the third conditional clause or type 3 clause. The third conditional clause sentences always refer to the past tense, past time. We speculate or we talk about the situations that the person is imagining a different past. So here we are going to talk about a person is imagining his different past time. At the same time, imaginary situations that did not happen in the past. He is going to think about the situation which had happened in the past, or is going to think the situation which did not happen in the past. In such conditions, we use this type of clause, my dear friends. See here, if clause. the Here also we have two clauses, if clause and main clause. So here the word order you can see, my dear friends, the formation of if clause here in third condition. If plus subject plus had plus V3 should be there. Here would plus have plus V3 should be there, my dear friends. See here, if you had studied well, you would pass the exam. That means there is no position of studying. If you had studied well in the last year, you would have passed. Actually, here what you must use? You would have passed must be used, my dear friends. So let me correct it for my dear friends. You would have passed the exam. So like this, if I hadn't been sick, I would have attended the party. So similarly, if he had not been there, she would have died of bleeding. See, if he had not been there, she would have died of bleeding. If I had come here yesterday, I would have given you new dresses. So these are the conditions which cannot be fulfilled. So these are the imaginary conditions. That's it. See, so one is, so far we have discussed zero condition. Second one is what you can call of first clause. Second one is second clause or else type 2 clause or else hypothetical conditional clause. Third one is imaginary conditional clause. Unfulfilled conditional clauses we have discussed, my dear friends. So let us go and discuss some important rules we must follow while attending what you can call while spotting errors in competitive exams. We must follow these important rules. So first and foremost, what is the important rule? Do not use will or be going to. I am going to, we are going to should not be used in the if clause. Only simple present tense. Simple present tense should be used. Simple present or simple past should be used in what you can call if clause. Simple past, simple present or past perfect should be used in if clause, my dear friends. At the same time, as I already told you, do not use comma after the main clause, but you can use a comma after the if clause. If you use if clause in the beginning, then you must put a comma, then you use main clause. If you use main clause in the beginning, no need to put a comma after the main clause. Directly you can use if clause, my dear friends. So like this, here use the past tense for unreal conditions in the present time. When you are going to talk about unreal conditions in the present time, at the time what you must use? So you past tense should be there in if clause, my dear friends. So like this, about this also we have already discussed. Use were instead of was for the to be verbs for all persons, whether it is singular or plural, in unreal conditions in the present or past. Unreal conditions means second conditional clause, my dear friends. So at the same time, the conditional sentence is talking about, the conditional sentence is talking about an unreal past event. Do not use a simple past. Instead you must use past perfect. It is an unreal past event. If it is unreal present event, then you can use present past form of the verb. If it is unreal past event, you must use past perfect, my dear friends. These are the important rules you must understand. So let us go and discuss in detail about error spotting in if clauses. Error spotting. See here. So what is the instructions? Read the sentence to find out whether there is any error in it. The error, if any, will be in one part of the sentence. If there is any error in one part of the sentence, the number of that part is the answer, my dear friends. If there is no error, the answer will be 5, my dear friends. So, and then one more important point you must remember: ignore errors of punctuations, if any. Again, if punctuation errors is there, better to ignore them, neglect them. So go through the one by one. If we had not brought the evidence to their notice, they had disbelieved us. See, my dear friends, can you identify which part as the error? This part as the error, because if we had not brought, this is had plus V3 form is there. So this main clause should be would plus have plus V3 should be there. Third conditional clause should be used. That's why this is the right answer. This part has the what error? Would have disbelieved us should be the answer, my dear friends. So like this. In the second question, if I will be having the time, I shall try and make it to the movies with you this evening. See, my dear friends, here, if clause, first sentence, first part of the sentence is the wrong sentence, because I already told you, wherever you use if clause, we should not use will or be plus ing forms. So that's why this is the wrong. So here this is the answer, my dear friends. So like this, if we had not arrived on time at this station, we would miss the train. See here, if we had not arrived on time at the station, we would miss the train. See here, my dear friends, had not arrived, here we would have missed must be used. So that's why have is missed. Would miss, even the formation itself wrong, because after modals we must use only V1 form of that base form of the verb. So that's why here have missed, we would have missed the train is the answer. That's why here fourth one is the wrong. That means this is the correct answer, my dear friends. So like this, if we have read the reviews more carefully, we would have understood that the hospitals in the city rob people without giving any proper treatment. So here just you can easily identify, my dear friends, if we had read the reviews more carefully instead of had, because we should not use had only, we should use third conditional. Would have is there, so this should be when we are talking about unreal situations. Okay, so imaginary situations in the past, then had should be used, my dear friends. So at the same time, fifth one, if she will, here also she will is the wrong, because if she finishes is the correct answer. So in the sixth also, see here, in the sixth also, she would have bought a new dress, so she had not spent. Here also she would have bought a new dress. Here if she had spent, so should be used, if clause should be used. So here this is the what you can call result. This is the, so if clause, condition should be used here, reason we should not give here. So that's why if should be used here, my dear friends, instead of so she had not spent. If she had not spent all her bonus on shoes, she would have bought a new dress. So that is the correct answer. So like this, if I had known about this competition yesterday itself, I will have. This is the had known is here. We are talking about the past unreal or imaginary condition. So that's why would have participated is the correct answer, my dear friends. So that's why, so fourth is the wrong. So this is the correct answer. So next eighth question, if she will stop performs, this is the first sentence itself wrong. So that's why this is the correct answer. Then if Mamata was able to, see here also I can give you the answer. So Mamata is able to, because so when we are talking about things which are fulfilled in present, so that's why instead of was is needed, my dear friends. So like this, Ramesh would have attended the function. Ramesh would have attended the function if he gets information in time. If he gets not, if he had got the, if he had got the intimation in time, he would have attended the function. So these are all some questions which are taken from previous competitive exams papers. So thank you for watching this video, my dear friends.